Nabil Casto and Noel Property LLC, Samuel Cerno / DeQuinder Plaza LLC, PR 250002, postponed from October 20th, 2025. Thank you.
Thank you. Is petitioner here? Can you come up, please, the mic? Tell us what you're trying to propose.
Hello, commissioners. My name is Rob Krochmal. I'm with DeQuinder Plaza, 20900 DeQuinder Road in Warren. And would you like us to explain more about what's going on? Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for allowing us to come and present to you. We were here a couple of weeks ago with the first presentation, and we've worked very diligently since on various conditions. We've owned this site for a good 40 or 50 years, and we have looked to operate it as best as we could, and in marketing the property to try to find its next buyer for the property. We have had a lot of difficulty finding the proper buyer for this location. The property has 3 different zoning classifications to it, which has made it very difficult to lease out some of the spaces. It's been very difficult to market it to the next buyer because of its zoning classifications that were read before. We were finally introduced to Nabil Casto here, a great young entrepreneur that has his business in the city of Warren, actually right behind this site, looking to grow his business, looking to hire more people in the area. And we felt that the uses that he was going to bring to this site and the investment he was going to put into the site in terms of the improvements would be harmonious with the area and would improve this area in Warren. In order to do that, we needed to get the site rezoned that would allow him to operate his owner-occupied business at the site, and also hopefully bring future uses to the site as well by having one zoning classification. So that led us to applying for rezoning to a classification that would work for Nabil's business, as well as attracting other retailers and other uses to come to the site over time while doing the improvements to the site. We worked diligently with the city attorney on conditions that the city would like to see happen at this site, including improving the landscaping that separates both the property and the residential that's across the street on John B. Avenue, to make it a very attractive site to be with, and again making it very harmonious with that site by keeping noise down, odors down, also limiting the uses that would go at the site. We worked on things that Ron Worth had mentioned and the planning department had mentioned in terms of not having auto repair, drive-in movies, marijuana related businesses, and things of that nature. So we have worked on an agreement with the city to propose that would make sure that even though rezoning it to a C3 zoning classification, that we wouldn't have those uses at this site if the site were to transact and we were able to sell the site to Nabil. We're very excited to move forward in selling the site to somebody who's really going to take this and improve it and have their business there and make it harmonious with the master plan and with what the city is looking for in this area of Warren. And we're here to answer any questions that you have.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Seeing none. Thank you.
Okay. Planning Department's recommendation?
The following recommendation is made regarding the rezoning with conditions request for the property in question as described above. It is recommended that the rezoning with conditions request from C1 Local Business District, R1P, One Family Residential and Parking District, and P Parking District to C3 Wholesale and Intensive Business District be approved with conditions. The petitioner has submitted a rezoning with conditions application. In the letter of intent, the petitioner has stated the following: as part of this rezoning request. The applicant is voluntarily offering the conditions for a rezoning and a rezoning agreement. Number 2, the future land use map in the 2021 master plan indicates the property as a redevelopment site. Planning staff believes this category suits this site well, as the site is currently vacant and would benefit from the redevelopment as the petitioner proposes. Number 3, the proposed use will potentially be able to be constructed in a way harmonious with the almost 1,000 feet of frontage with residential dwellings along the south side of John B. Avenue. Number 4, the concept plan is a visual representation of what will be in the redevelopment document. Provide 15 additional copies of the revised concept plan and surveys to be forwarded to City Council. Number 5, the petitioner should be apprised of the fact that formal site plan approval before the Planning Commission is required prior to obtaining a building permit should the City Council grant the rezoning request. And this ends the recommendation.
Thanks, Ms.
You're
Michelle. This is a public hearing. Anybody like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, we'll turn over to commission.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the request for rezoning with conditions, per the recommendation of staff.
Support. Support by Ansar, Commissioner Ansar.
There's a motion by Commissioner Tuesday, support Commissioner Ansar. Any discussion?
Commissioner Chair, I have a, for the petitioner, can you step forward? Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
For the gentleman that, you said he was bringing a business in, you found, what type of business is he gonna be in?
Is it distribution?
Yes, I didn't quite catch his name.
Distribution? I'm sorry. Distribution?
What do you mean, like, distribution of what?
We supply grocery stores, gas stations, all the convenience stores.
It's all of it, snacks and
Okay.
sodas and things of that
So,
nature.
so it's
Yeah.
not a retail then?
No, not retail.
Okay. And back to the original, you said you've got it, has it been rezoned already?
The property
Yes.
has not been rezoned yet.
No.
Okay, I did quite catch that, I apologize.
Got it.
Okay, Chair, I yield the floor.
Any other discussion?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, just one quick comment. This is going to C3, which is intensive use. Personally, I think that's a great idea that you're gonna redevelop the site and make it better for the neighborhood, the neighbors and everything. But I don't wanna see a used car lot
That's not
either near there or anyplace else.
No.
So in the agreement that we've put together with the city, we would not be allowed to use that, to have that type of use at the property.
Well, then I'm very happy to hear that. We don't have the specifics of that, but I had to bring it up because I've had it with all the used car lots up and down the pike. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Chair, may I?
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank you because this location, we needed something like this to redevelop it. And thank you for taking this initiative. And also, I have a specific question. What type of product you are going to distribute? Is going to be fresh fruit or?
It's gonna be, I do like snack, pop, juice, exotic candy, like I don't know if you know about exotic candy. Is like some candy like bring it from different countries, different taste candies and all that stuff.
Okay. So there's
Something
no,
people that want.
there will be no grocery stuff. There will be no fresh fruit or fresh food.
No.
It will be all those, packet product.
No. Everything packaged.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
This was my question.
Mr.
I,
Chair. Go ahead. Mr.
Yes,
Hart.
okay. So there is a existing building already there, so are you going to utilize those building?
Which the existing one is gonna.
Yes.
Sorry.
I know the plan too. The intent is to reuse the existing buildings, except for if you see what's on the screen, looking to redevelop the building that's in yellow there.
There's a building there right now, but it's collapsing, you know, it's water damaged, and it's in terrible shape, so we're gonna tear that down and just basically replace it.
Yeah, used to be there is it's called the Fila Market or something, yeah.
There still is the Trade Center.
Trade
that's,
Center, yeah.
And the plan.
Are they still operating or no?
They are, yes.
Are
Friday,
they?
Saturday, and Sunday.
Because I don't see any activities like before, so I thought it's closed, yeah. But it's still running, right? They're
It is.
still operating.
It is, yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, it's a huge property. So are you guys okay? Do you have enough time to finish the reshaping everything?
Yeah.
Good.
If we were ready to rezone and then
Yeah,
hopefully move on to a
Okay.
site plan approval process and building permit process.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? Good evening, sirs. You mentioned that the Trade Center is still gonna be operating out of there?
As now, yeah.
Because I noticed when I was there and looked at the site before the last meeting, they had a big flea market out there, and they had tables and cars, and the whole parking lot was full. And that's why I was wondering if that was still gonna be part of that, because you said the Trade Center is still operating, so I don't know if that's gonna continue or not.
Well, the site hasn't sold yet, so we are still the owners and still operating the Trade Center.
All right,
Until it's rezoned, we can't sell the property until it's rezoned.
all right. Thank you. Mr.
Chair,
My attorney, go ahead.
thank you. For the information of the commission, when the agreement advances to city council, there will be just a few nuances worked out in the boilerplate. I believe the owner and the developer wanted some changes that really affect them more than the city. But I just want the commission to know there may be some boilerplate changes in the final agreement.
Thank you. Okay. That was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Ansar. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hogg?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Benecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
good
Thank
evening.
you. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back so fast to
Thank you.
take care of it.
We appreciate it, and thank you to the city attorney as well for her diligence.
Thank you.
Item number 6B.
Item number 6B, site plan for Golden Wheat Facility expansion of parking lot and open storage of paper products and outdoor furniture in shipping and containers located on the southwest corner of 9 Mile Road and Nagel Street and between Globe Avenue and Nagel Street, 12000 9 Mile Road, and 22912 and 22920 Globe Avenue, Section 35, Matt Keno and Brown Crunch LLC, Jason Emery and Sieber Keist Leaner, Inc., PSP 250039. Thank you.
Good evening. Is the petitioner here this evening? Can you come up to the mic and tell us a little bit about your project?
Good evening. So my name is Matt Neo. I'm the owner of Brown Crunch and owner of Golden Wheat, which is the adjacent business of this property. So our intent to expand our parking lot. This is actually the one you see is the existing parking lot to our business. And just beyond this van was parked facing, yes, this one. Behind it is the two properties. Used to be two residential in the past, so we demolished them a few years ago. And we want to put a big parking lot over there. And there's this container, the one is sitting on the grass now, we're gonna move it to the side. And we're gonna do it just all cemented parking lot with new trees and grass and fence the whole thing. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Any correspondence?
Yes. Correspondence, taxes, current engineering. Preliminary review of this site indicates that planning commission approval should be contingent upon the petitioner's compliance with the following conditions. Number one, the proposed commercial drive approach shall meet the current City of Warren standards. Number two, all parking areas must have a durable, hard surface and be completely bordered by a 6-inch curb and gutter. Three, the width of the proposed accessible parking spaces must meet current ADA requirements. Number four, lot combinations should be required conforming to the site plan. Water. The Water Division has a sanitary sewer main and a storm sewer main that runs in the easement behind this building. We would like to make sure that we would still have access to maintain those utilities in the future. AT&T. AT&T has facilities in the area, but they should not be affected. We do not object to the proposal. Please have the petitioner contact me if there are any issues. Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office, MCPWO, has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require stormwater review from this office. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
It is recommended that the site plan for parking lot and new driveway to Globe Avenue, open storage of containers for Golden Wheat be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number one, 5 copies of revised site plans must be submitted indicating the following. 1A, one of the accessible parking spaces shall be van size per ADA requirements. Update the dimensions for the accessible parking spaces and access aisle on the site plan. 1B, all parking areas must have a durable, hard surface and be completely bordered by a 6-inch curb and gutter. 1C, provide greater detail of the use of the property on the site data chart. 1D, label the existing access doors and overhead doors on the site plan. 1E, indicate the height of the open storage. 1F, planning staff believes that instead of the opaque material indicated along the existing fence, slats weaved into the chain link fence could offer a more aesthetically pleasing screening. Based on other projects, the tarp or fabric screens are likely to tear and become unsightly. 1G, per a field check of the site, it appears that there is additional storage beyond the 4 storage containers. It also appears that there are several work vehicles and other equipment and items under the canopy. That needs to be identified on the site plan. 1H, a note shall be provided on the plan where a note shall be provided on the plan where Globe Avenue exists stating both driveways shall be removed and replaced with straight street curbing and landscaping materials. 1I, provide 2 serviceberry or 2 eastern redbud trees between the sidewalk and street curb along 9 Mile Road. 1J, a note shall be added to the site plan that the existing trash enclosure shall be provided with screen gates. 1K, per a field check of the site, 2 dumpsters were observed. If multiple dumpsters are to be provided on the site, an additional trash enclosure may be necessary. Number 2, the 3 parcels identified as 13-35-102-028 and 13-35-102-025 and 026 must be combined into 1 parent parcel. An application must be submitted to the Planning Department requesting the approval of the combination. And number 3, although the City of Warren assessing records currently includes the half-vacated alley as part of the legal description for parcel 13-35-105-2028, the certified survey based on the title search provided by the petitioner does not indicate this portion of the alley is vacated. Based on past records, the process was not completed at the time of the city's approval in 1999, such as finalizing the process through circuit court. During the process of completing the vacation of the current process, and that's a vacation process that's currently underway, and that number is PEV 210001, through the Michigan statute, the entire 20-foot wide alley, this east-west alley between Globe Avenue and Nagel Street, shall complete the vacation process so that at the end of the process, it can be combined with the petitioner's properties under one single parcel number. And number 4, a performance bond in the amount of $3,000 be posted according to the estimated cost of $100,000 by the petitioner. And this ends the recommendation.
Thank you, Ms. Michelle.
You're
This is a public hearing. If anyone would like to speak on this item, please come up, state your name and address for the record, and you'll have 3 minutes to speak. Seeing none, before I turn it over to the commission, I'd like to recognize our ex officio, Councilman Noonan. Oh, he's hiding. Good evening, Councilman. All right, turn it over to the commission.
Chair, make a motion to approve with discussion, Commissioner Holowati.
I support it. Said Hawk.
There's a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Hawk. Discussion?
Okay, to the petitioner, can you please step forward? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Okay, you heard all the recommendations as given by our planning department. Do you have any questions or problems with any of them?
No, they're all, I'm already aware of all of them, so,
You'll have no problem?
no problem.
No problem.
No problem, and even the vacating of alley is already in process in the law firm. Yeah.
Thank you, but, Chair, I yield the floor.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
Mr. Chair, yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
So there were 2 buildings, you said, the residential houses there before?
Used to be,
Used
about
to be.
like 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
Okay, so he's already changed the zoning, right? For that?
It's, the whole area is zoning commercial over there. Even there's houses, it's zoning commercial.
Oh,
Yeah,
before demolished the houses?
before
Okay.
that. Yeah,
Good, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Anyone else like to speak on this item? Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I didn't know it was called Golden Wheat until I saw the information. How'd they come up with the Golden Wheat name?
I make breads and pastries, so I like, how, when we collect the wheat, how it's golden.
Right,
So
okay.
I just named it Golden Wheat.
All right, good enough. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That was a motion by Commissioner Halawadi, supported by Commissioner Hawk. Roll call.
Commissioner Halawadi,
Yes?
Commissioner Hawk,
Yes,
Commissioner Ansar,
Yes.
Commissioner Duze,
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury,
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes, Commissioner Bonecki,
Yes.
Commissioner Smith.
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project, sir.
Thank you very much.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Item number 7, correspondence, having, we seeing none. Item number 8, old business.
Item number 8, minor amendment for EV charging stations, an outdoor patio area, and a containerized substation located on the southeast corner area of 13 Mile and Mount Roads, General Motor Global Tech Center, 30502 William Durant Boulevard, 30470 Hurley Earl Road, Section 9, Mike MC Bride and General Motors, Jason Harris, General Motors, PMA 250011. Thank you.
Good evening. You want to tell us a little bit about your project?
Yeah, good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. My name's Jason Harris, Senior Design Manager with General Motors, 29427 Lewis Chevrolet Boulevard, Warren, Michigan, 48093. Here tonight with me is Claire Jaganow with Smith Group, Smith Group. They're our design firm that's supporting us with this. I did bring a couple extra exhibits if it would help explain the project a little bit more. But as you know, we are introducing a lot more EVs into our portfolio with a lot of our employees and visitors driving those vehicles now. So one thing that we have been focusing on is bringing workplace charging as an amenity to the campus with the volume of employees and visitors that come on a daily basis. So in this site plan here, north is to the left. We have an existing parking lot that's centralized on campus, close distribution to electrical power, and we're reconfiguring the north end of this parking lot to allow for a fast charging hub. These would be your traditional DC fast chargers that would allow for vehicle charging in 20 to 40 minutes, depending on, range and size of the vehicles. So in this configuration, we got about 20 spaces that would be accommodated. The container that is referenced is for the electrical transformer, for the amount of power that's needed here. And then the patio area is just envisioned as a space for people to get out of their vehicles and just wait as they're waiting for their charge. This is just a perspective view of what we envision that to look like. I do know we had one item on the Planning Commission letter that we did want to discuss, but in the meantime, we can pause if there's any other questions.
Thank you, sir. Correspondence?
Correspondence, taxes, current engineering. Preliminary review of this site indicates no difficulty in development. Water. The Water Division finds no reason that GM Tech Center can't move forward with their project. DTE. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the minor amendment for EV charging stations, an outdoor patio area, and a containerized substation. DTE Electric Company has no objection to the minor amendment for EV charging station, an outdoor patio area, and a containerized substation impacting 30502 William Durant 30470 Hurley Earl Road, Section 9, per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require a stormwater review from this office. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
It is recommended that the site plan for a minor amendment for EV charging stations, an outdoor patio area, and a containerized substation located in the southeast corner area of 13 Mile and Mound Roads within the General Motors Global Tech Center be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically, number 1, 5 copies of revised overall site plans, that's CSO or 0-001, shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, the overall site plan indicates 0.96 acres of site disturbance will occur with this project. The shaded area on the overall site plan indicates a larger project area, approximately 4 acres. Update the project site with dimensions that indicates the actual project area and limits of disturbance. 1B, provide the dimension between the Mound Road property line and the limits of the project site. Number 2, 5 copies of revised enlarged site plans, that's LP1-001, shall be submitted indicating the following. 2A, add the dimensions for the project site on the enlarged site plan. Include the total square footage of the project. 2B, add the dimensions for the containerized substation on the enlarged site plan. C, add the dimensions for the patio on the enlarged site plan. D, update the lighting note on the enlarged site plan as follows. All lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the base at ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. And number 3, the overall site plan and the enlarged site plan for the proposed EV DC fast charging hub shall be designated as the plans and used in conjunction as the site plan. Number 4, a performance bond in the amount of $36,000 shall be posted according to the estimated cost of $1.2 million by the petitioner. And this ends the recommendation. However, before the meeting, we were discussing the one note, and that's 2D regarding the lighting. And to the best of my knowledge, the zoning ordinance discusses just shielding lighting from one site to the other, and that the 20 feet has been our standard for the planning commission. However, on the GM site, the lighting has been 30 feet throughout that campus. So that was the one note that Mr. Harris was going to bring up to you. So I guess with that potential change, I just wanted to let you know that part of it.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle.
All right, you're welcome.
I need a motion to recognize this as a minor amendment.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to recognize this as a minor amendment with a couple of questions.
Support Maury.
Well, it's just recognized as a minor amendment. You can ask your questions on the item itself, right? About the item itself?
Yeah,
Okay, so we're just recognizing as a minor amendment right now.
okay.
And then we've got to vote again on the project, and that's when you can have a discussion on the project.
All right, fair enough.
All right? Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That was a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Morey to recognize as a minor amendment. Roll call.
Commissioner Duzay?
Yes.
Commissioner Maury votes yes. Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes?
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Bonecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes, to recognize as a minor amendment. Now, need a motion to approve the petition, the amendment. Approve the,
Mr. Chairman, I'll hold my question and talk to the petitioner myself. This is something to do with this minor amendment.
well,
If
you can't bring it up into discussion now?
sure. If the,
Hold one sec, hold on.
So I'll make the motion.
I know, that's what I was saying.
okay.
We need a motion for the item.
Motion to approve it.
Support Maury. So now we can go with the motion.
Now, with discussion.
Now?
With discussion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If the petitioner can come up, two things. How much voltage are you going to require for all this?
So that's a good question for an electrical engineer. I do not recall the exact amount. That would be very helpful. Thank you, Claire.
You're welcome. Good evening. I'm not an electrical engineer, but I do have a statement from our electrical engineer here at Smith Group. And she stated that the project includes a 2500 / 3,333 kVA kilovolt amps containerized substation feeding three 1600 amp 480Y/277 volt switchboards within the substation container. These serve 10 dual port 320 kilowatt level 3 DC fast chargers for a total of 20 EV parking spaces, which Jason described. The substation also serves a mini power center for all supporting 120/208 volt loads, telecom, security, convenience power, and the substation container HVAC system. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah, yes, that's an awful lot of power that you're going to be going through there. Next, do you have any sort of fire extinguisher apparatus around this charging area?
Yeah, so as part of the site plan modifications, we do have to relocate a hydrant, which is right in that north end of the parking lot. There are also local disconnect switches for each charging unit themselves. That's above and beyond industry best practices for being able to completely isolate the power. So you see behind each unit there's a disconnect switch that would cut off all power to the individual chargers as well as the breakers, so you could terminate in the container. And then I don't know exactly where we relocated the hydrant, but there is a hydrant that is within 50 feet of these stalls for the special event of fire department.
I just want to make sure that safety has gone into this, because
it has.
That's an awful lot of energy and a lot of room.
And to that point, we have a whole group that obviously focuses on electrical vehicle occupational safety. This location was selected because it's not in proximity to the right-of-way surrounding the campus and/or any of our major buildings. So it's in an isolated, north end of this parking lot, as well as all of those safety features that are built into the configuration, as I mentioned.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I
Any other
yield the floor.
Any other discussion?
Chair?
Go ahead.
Okay, one other quick question. Are any of these stalls gonna be, van accessible per ADA, recommendations? Doesn't
Yeah.
look like any of them were
Yeah,
made.
so the one on the far west is a van accessible, handicap stall.
Okay, so, cause I know not everybody drives in a normal car and,
Yep.
might drive a van that's,
Yeah, and we
future.
intentionally made these stalls a little bit wider as well, just given the nature of the more frequent in and out trips and larger vehicles, charging port access, all of that.
Okay, thank you. I yield the floor.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Chair. I just wanna clear that you just give the data is for per day or per month. You just mentioned all of the data for the voltage
So,
and
so
all of
that,
those.
that's the sizing of the electrical components that are there. Those would not be necessarily like kilowatt hours per se. The chargers themselves are 320 kilowatt chargers, fast chargers. And obviously there's a utilization factor. They're not all gonna be used simultaneously. And then I think the chargers are actually set up where they split the load between the vehicles if you have two, because each charger is a dual port charger. So if you plug in one vehicle, it's gonna get the full kilowatts. If you plug in two vehicles, it's gonna split that load. So I don't think we have right now an accurate projection of the average utilization, if that makes sense.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak on this?
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Go ahead.
I wanted to bring up 2D. I think that was one of the questions that Michelle had brought up, and then also the petitioner. So do you want to speak a little bit more about that, or?
Yeah, if Claire can help address that.
So I think the item was the lighting, the maximum height of the light is being 20 feet tall. And as you know, GM went through a significant transformation starting about 10 years ago or so, where they really started to update lighting on campus because there wasn't really a lot of it. And the GM standard at that time dictated, and still does dictate, that the light in parking lots and on roadways is a maximum height of 30 feet. So we have 3 new site lighting fixtures to bring up the levels of lighting in this parking lot to code, because right now there is, I think, just 1 light and it's not sufficient. So adding the 3 fixtures at the 30-foot height is what will get us to that appropriate code for safety, and also meets GM's standards for the pole height. Did you want to add anything?
Yeah, as you can imagine, we want the campus to be harmonious, and over the last 10 years, all the investment we've made, whether it was retrofit of existing or the new site features that we've built, we've set a common standard of 30 feet. But we also are very considerate about environmental impacts and local impacts, that side shields, glare protection, no uplight, those are all in our standard fixture. It's just a matter of the height of the poles being at that 30 feet versus the 20 feet.
Yeah. I'd like to request the commission that we allow the 30 feet in the recommendation.
Okay, not a problem.
Thank you.
They already have it, been approved for it in other areas.
Yeah.
So it just matches
It
the
makes
other areas.
sense to have everything
Right.
look the same.
Any other questions? To the petitioner, I had a couple questions. You've got a patio where people can wait while their vehicles are being charged. Do they gonna have tables or chairs to sit there, or?
Yeah, I mean, the vision would be a combination of open furniture, seating, as well as a potential canopy. Obviously, Michigan weather is variable, so we want to make it an attractive option versus just waiting in your vehicle. As you could, if you looked at the overall site plan, these stalls aren't immediately adjacent to any buildings, so you'd have to walk to get refuge somewhere. So this is really just more of an attractive amenity to allow those employees to enjoy their waiting. So this is a concept of what may be, but there's going to be some form of furniture and canopy coverage there.
Okay. How long, you say they're fast chargers, how long would it take them to charge a vehicle?
With a 320-watt charger, and you know, I currently have the luxury of driving the Escalade IQ, and it's 20 to 30 minutes full charge at that. So this will be a faster turnover type charging than your level 2 chargers that, you know, somebody would park all day. So the intent here is to prove the technology and provide that amenity for employees that are short stay at the campus or visiting from other campuses, or even, you know, other suppliers and visitors to the campus, to give them an amenity to charge up. So it's going to be in that 20 to 40 minute range, depending on the level of charge you come in at and what you want to leave at.
Okay. I also had concern about the weather. You know, we get snow here, we get rain here, and I don't know, I know water and electricity doesn't mix. It seems like the units should have some sort of protection coverage also when people are charging their car, that it's not getting wet at the car when they're charging it, and they're not getting wet at the car when they're charging.
So all of that is built into both the charger and the vehicle technology, so that until the charger is fully engaged in the vehicle, there's no current flowing through it. And then the way the chargers are designed to be exterior, you know, chargers intentionally, and the vehicle ports are designed to shield runoff and rainwater. You know, I mean, I charge at home and it's raining at night, and that's totally acceptable. So all of that is built into the technology of both the chargers and the vehicles. So the idea of having a canopy over the stalls is not a necessity. And we did evaluate that. There's, you know, obviously a cost, but more or less there's an aesthetic we're also trying to preserve on the historic side of campus. And you know, the container alone was a challenge that we had to address to make sure it fit within that campus aesthetic. Adding the canopy would have been another challenge that we didn't feel was necessary.
Well, you can put some umbrellas by each charger.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else have anything to say? That was a motion by Commissioner Ansar, supported by Commissioner Mori. Roll call.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Mori votes yes. Commissioner Duze?
Yes.
Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Bonecki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes to approve. Good luck with your project.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Have a good evening. Thank you. Item number 6B. 8B, I'm sorry.
Item number 8B, revision to site plan for Islamic Center for Worship located on the south side of 13 Mile Road, approximately 512 feet east of Washington Boulevard, 8360 13 Mile Road, and 13-10-126-002. Section 10, Khairul Amin, Tufazul Haq, Amin, and Omar Faruqi, Zaid Arobo and ZA Design Build, PSP 250015. Thank you.
Thank you. Is petitioner here this evening? Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Commissioners. So per our last meeting, there was a disturbance to the back of this property in regards to vegetation and trees. And in working with Michelle at planning, we had proposed a micro forest back there, and along with some other changes in regards to the site plan. The biggest change, aside from the micro forest in the back, is basically per the recommendation from the first letter from our first meeting initially before the tree disturbance, was to adjust the parking spaces. So now it's one-way in angled parking per the site plan turn and then one way out. We maintain the amount of parking spaces, which I believe is 37, so that automatically pushed the parking lot back towards the disturbed area. But there's still a good amount of land back there where we're planting the micro center, along with putting an embossed concrete wall on the, give me a second here. Trying to remember what side that is. I believe that's the west side for the embossed wall. That was also another proposal. The other proposal was, we had room on the east side, and we proposed the 8-foot green belt with the recommended per the ordinance trees and arborvitaes from front to back. There were some other changes. All the changes are basically bubbled in our plan to include a full civil engineering stormwater management plan as well. And I'm happy to answer any questions in regards to this project.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any correspondence?
Yes. So correspondence, taxes current, you want me to read, I can read this.
Yeah.
Taxes is current, engineering. Preliminary review of this site indicates the planning commission approval should be contingent upon the petitioner's compliance with the following conditions. Number 1, show the intent to drain central and southern part of the parcel. Number 2, stormwater ordinance is required from both the city and the county for the site over an acre. Number 3, drive approach radii should be minimum of 20 feet for one-way ingress and egress. Fire. In response to revised plans for PSP 250015, fire lanes are required to be 13.6 feet high and 20 feet wide, with the location of the dumpster enclosed at the southwest portion of the driveway parking lot. We feel this would cause issues for the fire department. AT&T. AT&T does not object to the project. Please ask the petitioner to contact me if there's any conflicts. Comcast. In response to your utility request for the above project, Comcast has facilities in conflict. Please refer to the attached map for the location of Comcast CATV/fiber facilities. Aerial cables are highlighted in orange for fiber and yellow for coax cable. Underground is highlighted in blue for fiber and green for coax cable. If we can be of further assistance, please feel free to contact us by email at cccutilityrequest@teamsigma.com. DTE. DTE Electric Company has received and reviewed the revision to site plan for Islamic Center for Worship. DTE Electric Company has no objection to the revision to site plan for Islamic Center for Worship, impacting 8360 13 Mile Road and 13-10-126-002, Section 10 per the site plan provided. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me at 586-783-1978. MCPWO. The Macomb County Public Works Office has reviewed the site plan for the project referenced above and has determined the proposed site disturbance is less than 1 acre and will not require stormwater review from this site. If a no objection letter is required, please forward your request to wesley.jonick@macombgov.org. Thank you.
Thanks, Madam Secretary. Planning Department's recommendation.
It is recommended that the revised site plan for the new Islamic Center for Worship and parking lot be approved with the standard conditions of the Planning Commission, and more specifically. Number 1, 5 copies of revised site plan shall be submitted indicating the following. 1A, add the parcel numbers and both addresses on the site plan. That's AS.1. 1B, the 6-foot-high brick embossed poured concrete wall proposed offset and along the west property line is set back 28 feet and shall be set back 30 feet from the north property line. The wall shall be labeled 6-foot-high brick embossed poured concrete wall. 1C, provide the proposed driveway widths as measured at the property line on the site plan. 1D, the new parking lot will contain 37 parking spaces, meeting the calculation provided on the site plan. The dimensions of the parking spaces appear to need adjustment to meet the 4.32 of the zoning ordinance. 1E, provide the dimensions between the concrete curbing and the east and west property lines. 1F, a note shall be provided stating, all lighting on the site shall be shielded and not encroach upon abutting properties. The light fixtures, pole, and base shall be no higher than 20 feet as measured from the top of the light fixture to the bottom of the basic ground level. All glare shall be eliminated from all light fixtures. Upward directed lighting shall not be permitted. 1G, the 8-foot wide greenbelt will need to be extended along the entire east property line and set back 30 feet from the north property line where it abuts the R1C one-family residential district and contains a single-family dwelling. 1H, all of the trees indicated on the site plan along the east property line shall be removed from the site plan. I, the first site plan indicated a new pedestrian walkway from the public sidewalk to the new religious institution. The new plan does not indicate a walkway. However, planning staff believes that providing a walkway for potential foot traffic to the building is important and shall be provided. J, provide a dimension between the trash enclosure and the walkway indicating the width of the maneuvering lane. 2 copies of revised landscape plan shall be submitted indicating the following. 2A, the 8-foot wide greenbelt will need to be extended along the entire east property line and set back 30 feet from the north property line where it abuts the R1C one-family residential district and contains a single-family dwelling. 2B, indicate the proposed 6-foot high brick and embossed poured concrete wall along the west property line on the landscape plan. And 2C, on the landscape plan in the plant material list, update the common name for the Norway spruce. It says Pinus abies. The Austrian pine is an invasive species on the list invasive species list and should not be planted. So there's just some confusion between the scientific name and the tree indicated. So, and number 3, the 2 copies of revised photometric plan shall be provided indicating the following. Photometric plan was provided with the revised set of plans. Along the front property line, it shows the measurement to the center of the road, which it only needs to be indicated along the front property line. There are areas along the east, west, and front property lines where the plan indicates 0.1 through 1.2. In the areas where the lighting is not indicated at 0.0, shielding shall be provided to ensure the new light poles lighting will not encroach on the surrounding properties. Number 4, an application to combine the 2 parcels identified as 13-10-126-001 and 13-10-126-002 has been submitted to the Planning Department and is in process. Number 5, the survey plan indicates the project falls in flood zone AE. According to FEMA firm map, this parcel is in flood zone AE. The project shall adhere to all regulations to construct in a flood area. And 6, the ADA ramp shall be approved by the building division. 7, the new driveways to 13 Mile Road shall meet standards of the City of Warren Engineering Division. And number 8, the following variants may need to be obtained from the Zoning Board of Appeals prior to the release of the site plan to the building division. And the existing building encroaches into the 30-foot front setback, that's 13 Mile Road. A variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals will be required to retain the building at 29 feet, 1 1/4 inch from the north property line. And if approved, the variance shall be added to the revised site plan. And number 9, a performance bond in the amount of $4,500 shall be posted according to the estimated cost of $150,000 by the petitioner. And this ends the recommendation.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle.
You're welcome.
I'll turn it over to the commission.
Motion to approve with discussion. Maury?
I support it.
I'm sorry. Hawk. There's a motion by Commissioner Maury, supported by Commissioner Hawk. Discussion?
If I may, Mr. Chair, if I may. Hold on, I lost my paper here. If the petitioner can come up, please. I know there are quite some changes from last time, I believe back in February to now, this new site plan. Have you had a chance to review all the new requirements that are out there, and do you agree with all of them?
Yes, we agree with all of them. I would just like to speak about the variance. So the board planning is recommending that we come in front of a variance in regards to 10.75 inches. Is there anywhere in your bylaws where there's such a tiny percentage that we can waive having to come in front of the variance board, which probably meets once a month, over something so minuscule, especially with the hardship? It's not an induced hardship. The corner of this property just happens to be 10.75 inches, let's just call it 11 inches, outside the building envelope? Or do we have to come in front of that variance board for something so minuscule? Do you guys have the authority to bypass that? I know there are laws and attorneys involved, and no one wants to get sued, but it's just such a small number.
I know we have our city attorney in here, and I'll probably allow her to answer that question for us.
There's nothing in the ordinance that gives this body that authority,
Okay.
So it's a big old fat no.
unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we'll probably have you go in front of them and then get that variance. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Just thought I'd ask because, again, it's not an induced we're not asking, we're not building into outside of a setback. It just happens to be there.
Anyone else for discussion? Excuse me?
Yes. Yes, Chair, may I speak?
Okay.
Please. I have a question to our planning department director. Please. My question, we approved this site plan before, right? So last time when we approved, we had this variance that for the 10-inch we are requesting right now. So last time we had this variance also when we approved last time.
We should have, I believe so.
Can you please find out this thing? And that last time when we approved it, we had this variance because it shows.
I think we have more variances last time because.
But I'm talking about this 30 feet and 29 feet at this moment, and we are asking them to go to the GBA board to get the approval for the 10-inch. So
Yeah.
we had this before, or we?
Well, what I remember from last time was that we were unclear. They didn't have a dimension on their plan, and we said it was very close. We weren't 100% sure what the measurement was because it wasn't on their first plan. So we said they may need a variance if they don't meet the setback. So now their revised plans, they went out and did that measurement from the leading edge of the building. It wasn't on the first plan.
So last time,
But
when
we said they needed it potentially. But now with their updated plans, they have the dimension.
So that means last time we didn't have this variance for the 10-inch, but now we have it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I just wanted to
now
clear
it's
this thing.
specific. Last time it was might need it because we didn't know the for sure dimension. Now we know the dimension because they brought it on to they measured it, and it's not very much, but like the attorney said, we don't have that authority in our zoning ordinance right now to have the commission waive that, so.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I think the attorney wanted to make a comment. You want to make, you don't know? Okay, all right. Good evening. Anybody else have any questions?
Yes, I have a question to our attorney. If we want to do a motion to waive this 10-inch and approved by the commission, do they still have to go to the GBA? I'm just trying to understand this thing. Just mentioned our, director, Michelle, she just mentioned, if we commission waived it, we can do it. I just want to make sure this.
Unfortunately, it would still be a zoning violation, regardless of how this commission acts. It's all up to the interpretation of the zoning inspector, and he enforces the ordinances as they exist now. So without that variance, we're not doing anybody any favor.
Because, just for 10 inches, it's extra hassle for them. That's why I was
No,
just thinking, if
believe
there
me,
is
I
any way
understand
we can waive this
completely.
thing, make these things easy for them. All right, thank you.
Thank you. To the petitioner, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I had a couple questions. Being we have to put a lot of trees and shrubs and everything back in there, have you put together an estimate on the cost of all the additional landscaping?
We don't have an estimate, but it's gonna cost a pretty penny, that's for sure, because it's a lot of trees, but a microforest is a microforest. I couldn't, fake the funk and just throw 6, 7 trees there because, it's just not the right way. We don't have an estimate, but, we're gonna do what we're gonna do because of what was removed. It's that simple.
Well, my thought is if you're gonna have to have some sort of irrigation also for the trees back there. I don't know in the microforest how they're watered or whatever, but
So
the thing
that's-
about it, you're gonna need an estimate for the additional landscaping, because that's gonna change the bond.
I need an estimate for the additional landscaping, because why?
It will change what the bond is on the,
Oh, so my understanding is microforest, natural setting, no irrigation whatsoever. We're only supposed to be, unless Michelle can correct me, we're only irrigating the, landscaping that's up in the front.
okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, sir.
But we can put an estimate together for that, for the microforest back there.
And just, and give it to the planning department.
Sure.
And, so they have an idea.
Sure.
There's a motion by Commissioner Morey, supported by Commissioner Hawk. All in favor? A roll call, we'll do a roll call.
Yeah.
Do a roll call.
Sorry, I wanna
Yes,
make
sir.
sure everything is legal and on the up and up. Are you supposed to be going to public for questions? Cause that got skipped, I
No,
think.
no, no.
Okay,
This
just wanna
is
make sure,
It was already put before public hearing before.
okay, I just wanna make sure this doesn't come and haunt us and have to come back.
No, this is old business.
Okay,
But it's good you asked the question. Roll call.
Okay, so Commissioner Mori, that's me. I vote yes. Commissioner Hawk?
Yes.
Commissioner Ansar?
Yes.
Commissioner Duze? Yes. Commissioner Halawadi?
Yes.
Commissioner Chowdhury?
Yes.
Commissioner Banaki?
Yes.
Commissioner Smith?
Yes, to approve. Item number 8C.
thank you, good night.
Thank you, sir.
That we can't allow it. It's old business.
You can't. You can't.
No,
No?
sir? That part of it's over already.
The homeowners never got a chance to speak.
If you like to speak, you can save it for the citizen participation portion of the agenda. Pardon me? Pardon me? We've already had a public hearing on this before. There's no need for another public hearing, okay?
They weren't even notified of it.
The public hearing came before when we approved the project. There's
We have
no,
a copy of the
there's
letter
no
that
need
says
for,
this
there's
is
no
the
need
time
for a
to speak on
second public hearing. Now, if you want to say something about it, you can do it during citizen participation, which is next couple items down. Okay, but as far as what we discussed on that tonight is final.
Because this was mailed October 17th, was their first chance to speak on this matter. They never got any
But this
correspondence.
this wasn't scheduled originally as a public hearing. This was scheduled in old business. And in old business, the audience or the citizens don't speak on old business.
But why didn't they didn't even get a chance to get their input in the first place, even before?
I
it
don't
became
know.
old business?
I don't know.
Why was it not mailed out to them?
Everybody had the notices with the very first time it came here.
They didn't get the notice. This was the only notice. that
Sir,
they got.
I'm not gonna argue with you.
I mean, I'm not trying to argue, but they have the right to speak up.
If they want to say something, they can come up during citizen participation and they can say their piece.
But you guys
Right.
already approved it, so it's not gonna make any difference, is it?
Like I said, we've already approved it, you're right.
So it's not even gonna make any difference at all?
But
whether
you
or
can
not
still
they
come
say
up
it.
and say what you want to say, but at citizen participation. Okay? Item number 8C.
Item number 8C, minor amendment for expansion of commercial kitchen area Andiamo, located on the south side of 14 Mile Road, approximately 823.28 feet west of Van Dyke Avenue, 7096 14 Mile Road, Section 4, Joe Vinsari and Vinsari Realty, Robert A. Hoida, OX Studio, Inc., PMA 230010. Minor amendment is for expansion of Commissioner Kitchen area, approved on December 18, 2023. The petitioner is withdrawing their minor amendment petition. Thank you.
I need a motion to withdraw the minor amendment petition.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to withdraw the
I
petition.
support it.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duze, supported by Commissioner Hawk. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Item number 9, bond release. Not seeing none. Item 10, new business. Seeing none, citizen participation. Anyone like to speak? Okay. Item number 12, Planning Commission business. 12A, Planning Director's report.
Right, good evening. Well, since the last Planning Commission meeting on October 20th, staff has been very busy. Ron, the Planning Director, myself, and Amanda, we attended the Michigan Association of Planning Conference in Kalamazoo, Michigan from October 22nd through the 24th of October. And also Planning Commissioner Duze also attended the conference. There were a lot of interesting sessions that we attended pertaining to housing, redevelopment, even climate migration. Then returning back to the office on October 27th, I attended the Committee of the Whole meeting along with the Planning Director and also Hunter Manicus from the Economic Development Department. We discussed the Van Dyke Corridor Plan with the City Council and answered their questions. At this point, we anticipate the plan will be brought back to City Council agenda for a vote pretty soon. And also for anyone that's interested, that plan is on the Planning Department's website, so you can view it. And it's been there since, well, when it was approved, December 12th of 2023, so that's available for viewing. Then on October 28th, the Planning Director and I attended a Stevens Greenway project meeting, and this is a planning assistance grant that SEMCOG awarded to the city of Warren, Centerline, East Point, and St. Clair Shores. And so this is looking at the Stevens Road from Centerline all the way out to St. Clair Shores, looking at, it's the beginning of the process, like potentially a bike trail, walking path, so it's just the beginning of that process. And that same afternoon, we had a meeting regarding a potential or a draft missing middle overlay district. And so the purpose of this will be to allow for incremental increases in housing through the construction of like 2, 3, and 4 unit dwellings. And we have to work out the details of the application and notification process. However, this zoning ordinance, once it's ready, it'll be brought before the Planning Commission for a recommendation with final adoption by City Council. Then on the October 28th, the Planning Director attended the City Council meeting where the RFP for the Climate Action Plan was discussed. And at this point, that decision has been tabled. And so I anticipate at some point in the future that'll be a Committee of the Whole meeting also to gather more information before that gets brought back to an agenda. And then on October 30th, we had an internal meeting about the zoning ordinance. And once again, we focused primarily on this draft missing middle overlay district, and that's something that we'll probably be seeing probably within the next few months or so. And so this ends the report, and please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Ms. Michelle. Anybody have any questions for Ms. Michelle?
I do, Chair. I have a quick question. Okay. They did bring up those people that wanted to discuss. I'm just kind of curious. Of dated October 17th. How can I word this? Was that brought up at our previous meeting or 2 meetings ago? I can't remember.
That's when a notice was mailed. That was a mailing date. So even though it was an old business item, it was the Planning Director wanted us to mail notices to the neighbors because it was previously not an old business item, so it was previously a full site plan where they received public notices. Because of the revisions, we mailed out notices letting people know about the meeting.
Just to let them know that, but then that they couldn't be, that it wasn't a public hearing though.
Well, it was an old business item, but that was, we did send them out, so letting them know they could come here.
And listen to it, but that it couldn't be discussed.
I can't speak to that. I mean, the rules could be suspended, so that's not, that's something we were anticipating.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
You yield the floor. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. I have a quick question, actually 2 questions, and then one kind of based, following up on that question with Mr. Halawadi. Do we usually, with all the revisions, do we usually mail out all the 300 feet people and everything? Is that something that's common?
Sometimes, I guess it
Sometimes.
just, it depends. It was really, in this case, it was like the discretion of the planning director, just because there was a lot of, I guess, there was some impact with all the trees, and we were getting a lot of calls and things like that. So that was the choice of mailing it out to see how the revisions were, basically, of the plan, to let people know this plan's been now back, and the improvements to all the trees that were cut down are now going to be planted, basically, you know.
Is that, can we maybe, like, especially with old businesses, because, you know, it's up to the planning commission to allow for them to speak or not, right? To suspend the rules. So maybe somewhere in the letter, is there a way to mention, be like, you can come and attend the meeting, but it's not, they are not really gonna be able to speak. If they come with like a whole letter and they wanna speak, definitely they're upset. If they come in here with the intention that they're gonna speak and they don't really understand the fact that it's an old business, it's not really, like, it's not an option, you know, it's definitely kind of up to us to like, to let them, I think it would be good to let them know, old business, come and attend the meeting, know the updated plans. It is up to the planning commission to suspend the rule to allow you to speak. You're not guaranteed to speak, you know, something
Yeah.
like that. I think that's gonna be really helpful.
Yeah, I think we need to adjust it if we
Yeah.
send it for an old business item.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
that's something I would definitely recommend.
Mhm.
With that, I have another thing I wanted to say. I know you guys, only 3 of the planning commissioners went to, 1, and then I think 2 of the officers. Is there a way to maybe share some of the knowledge that kind of was shared in the conference with the rest of the folks? I think I would personally appreciate some of the, because they do have a lot of good information that they share. With me not going for the first time this year, I would like to know some of the details, if possible.
Well, I mean, there were so many different sessions, but, let's see, even like, the first session I attended had to do all about like, funding and balancing housing goals and funding, so that was one of the first ones that I attended, that, actually, I helped to moderate that one, and also, the, planning commissioner and director were in that one as well. I mean, there was such a range of topics, so one of the keynotes, was an author, and let me see if I can find that.
But no, I was just thinking maybe, but I definitely understand there is a lot of different options for different people to attend, but just wanted
Yeah,
to
I
bring that
mean,
up and see.
online, you can still see the whole agenda from the conference, and you can see all the speakers that were there, and even the author that came and discussed, like, his book, the climate migration. I'm sorry, I cannot hear. Oh, the PowerPoint presentations, but that's sent to only the people in attendance. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know they were online, so, but I know you can see the whole agenda and everyone who spoke and the different topics, and so,
Okay,
yeah,
that's good.
so that's, but yeah, covered a range of planning topics.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And next year, they already announced that it'll also be in Kalamazoo next year, so.
Mr. Chair, may I speak, please? Yeah, I agree with Commissioner Mori that, you know, all those residents, they came with the assumption that they can speak, you know, and they were upset. So I think, you know, if you guys can mention when it's a revised plan, that, you know, you can come here, you can, you know, see we change this and that, but, you know, you won't be able to speak as a, you know, residents. You're not gonna have this option. So they will come with the plan that I'm not gonna you know, have a opportunity to speak, but I can see and listen what's going on and what is happening. So they won't be upset, you know.
Yep, definitely. We'll look
Yeah.
into that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other commission's concerns? Item number 13, calendar pending matters, seeing none. Item number 14, adjourn, motion to adjourn.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I second.
There's a motion by Commissioner Duzay, supported by Commissioner Holowati. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Have a good
Yes.
evening, everyone.